Alright guys, today I am going to give you some basic ideas on how to maintain the car engine. We're also going to do a little bit of brake adjustment, so I will kind of guide you through this. So for those, it can give them some understanding how to take care of your vehicle. Now this is an accent car and this is a B13 carbureted engine, right? Now, whenever you have an engine like this, always make sure that your oil is at this height. You see where you see the high and there's a low section? The oil section of the engine must be just about here. Okay? Don't allow your oil pass this bend if your dipstick have a bend on it. Alright? So, the oil in this engine is good enough. This is the brake fuel section, which is also good. And your transmission oil, for those who have an automatic car, there is 2 notches on it. Always make sure that your transmission fuel is somewhere a little above the bottom notch up. Try not to make it past this notch at the top. Alright, you put more pressure in your transmission and cause seals to break over time. Now, your water system must always be about this. You see this mark here? For those, must be at this level. Alright, and your radiator. Check your radiator, everything is good. So, what I'm going to do here now, just as an example, this is the power steering reservoir. Alright, it's have a little bit too much transmission fuel. So you're gonna do is clip this section here, pull this down, because this will cause the power steering to wear too quickly. So what you do is pull this off a little bit. It's kind of hard. You just take time, rock. Take time, rock it till it come off. Hold on a minute. Now the material is made from plastic, so be careful how you take this off, right? Take time. It's a little bit tight, so I'm taking my time here. Try and get this out. This is the transmission here. What I'm going to do, you can use a container, right? You can use a container or run out some of this to that point and stop. What you do now is put it back on. Pause. This one time. Alright guys, so what happened now? Usually, always make sure you follow the mark on these. The power steering fuel maximum is right under the lip of this. Okay? So, that's where it is. I would say power steering fuel depending on how much you use your vehicle. Say for example your transmission oil, you'll probably change it say 3 times a year if you want efficiency and long lasting transmission. This you might be able to probably change once a year or once every 2 years basically. Depending on which country you're in anyway. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pump over back the entire brake system, and I'm going to take off the front wheel. I'm going to bleed the nipples from that end, and I will be adjusting the back wheel. Now in order to when you're pumping, dealing with the front part of the engine, the wheels at least, always make sure say emergency brake is up. Ensure that all your back tires are blocked and secure, because safety is very important. The first thing about jacking up any vehicle is to make sure that your vehicle is dead level and not on the side of a hill, slope up a hill, or the pavement. Well, experienced people would know what to do in circumstances if it's certain things like on a slope. Like for example, when you're out, and you have no choice but to do what you have to do. So what I'm going to do, emergency is up, car is in park. I'm going to jack up the front, take off the bleed both littles, and set them back down. I'm going to check the shock, suspension section, and see what's going on with the front end, and then from there we move to the back. Alright, now when you jack up the wheel, one of the primary things that you need to do is check the wheels like this, to ensure that your bearings them are in good working order. Once you get in a rock, something is not right. Could be the bearings, could be the ends, could be something. This so far is in not so bad position. Now I'm going to touch up back this a little, and if you wish to, sometimes you can put additional jack if you feel it should be safer that way. Now I'm taking off the wheels. I already slapped the wheels when the wheel was on the ground, so it's much easier when it's up. Alright, now the wheel is off, right? Some of the things that you can kind of pay attention to is this bushing here, right around here. Look if they're either squeezed out or break. This can cause your front end to drive a little bit off. Now, well, experience, some people would probably use a pipe wrench, put it on this, or you can use a vice clamp without, just to feel this. Feel the rock arm. I'll probably try this. And once it's like this, and your rocking is good, this is not so bad. Alright? This is just like a quick assessment. Your shocks, usually the bearings that at the top of the shocks, especially in bad roads, go after a while, and that can make you drive off a little bit with the front end. So you have to make sure now and then those bearings are also checked. Now what I'm going to do here now is this, the nipple, and you're going to need a 10 spanner. Now some of these older cars, it's good to use a socket, right, to kind of just give it a nudge, to kind of prevent it from blurring the edges of this, by just using the spanner, because this can round it off. So use a socket, a 10 socket, and kind of, wait a minute, kind of give it a nudge like this. See, it's now cracked. So then now you go back to the spanner when you're bleeding. Right? Okay, so the hole, pump again. Pump again. Or is it? One more. Pump again. Alright, good. Alright. Right. So this is where now I have just bleed the nipple, and this nipple is, this wheel is now completed. Alright. So as an example, I hope my knee wasn't in the way. You get to see how the bleed is done. Alright. Alright, so now we have checked this side of the car, right, the front wheel, and everything seems to be okay. Right, so I am going to put on back the wheel. What you do usually is sketch up the wheel. There's a way to catch a wheel. Oh, sorry. There's a way to catch the wheel, right? Let me tell you. A lot of people should know that everything is kind of balanced. It's usually when you're catching on a wheel, you catch the top and the bottom from the top. Not around in a circle. Because this can also cause the wheel to wobble in some ways. So you catch that top one and then you catch the bottom from the top across to the bottom and tighten both ends first. Usually someone can either hold the brake and you complete tighten. Well, I usually wait till the wheel touch back dirt to give me a better handle on it. Alright? Like that. So in that way, you know your wheel is properly leveled on. Alright guys, first of all, everything is safe. You're dealing with the back of the car now, and both of these up, right? Make sure that your front tires are safely locked. You understand me? Make sure your tires are safe and secure, that the jack don't rock. Now there is a groove on most jacks. Some jacks are hydraulic, some are like this, some are push under hydraulic. Now these jack, there is a groove underneath here. Now some car have more than one groove, right? Make sure that is the right groove you have and don't damage your car. So what you do is make sure the jack, this section of the jack here, goes with the groove in metal, goes right there before you jack up. Alright, so what happened now? You're dealing with the back of the car now. This is where you make sure your car is parked, the front wheel is blocked secure, and you put down this. You see how it rock on the blocks? It's safety. Alright, now the wheels can afford to rotate without emergency. So this is for the back. Now when you're doing the front, unless it's a four-wheel drive thing, but this can still remain up when you're dealing with the front tires. But when you're dealing with the back tire adjustment, you put this down. Well, what happened now? You can also check your back tires like this, right? To get an idea how your bushings are in the back. Alright, but try remember, the car is on jack, so try not to rock your vehicle too much. Thank you. Alright, now just like you're going to adjust the jump brake at the back, you can still view your bushings, rubber rings, bushings, the shock mount, feel them to see that everything is in good condition. This car needs a little wash out, but there you go. Alright, now this is the brake nipple here that we're going to work with today. Now before we do that, we're going to adjust the brake. We're feeling this, and this is what we're going to do. Alright, we're going to take off the drum. Right, now the problem with the drum, there is a section here. You see the nut, these two holes, they have a special tool that you can use to take off the drum, but that is if the drum stick. But what you do, you take your time and work this off. Alright guys, so what happened now? When you feel your drum like this, it needs adjustment. Alright, so what you do, let's take this off. Now, not all brake systems work the same way, but with this one, there's a clip here that you need to pull away from a gear system. Now this prevent what the gear system does, it prevent the gear from turning while you're stepping on your brake while driving, so it keep your brakes in a firm position. So what you have to do is move this clip here. Right now, remember this carefully. To bring out your brake, you go up. To bring in the brake, you go down this way. So I am going to go up about 2 notch. 1, 2, I'm going 3. And see it first. 3. You drop back that, and you try back drum again. Feel it. Still a little slack. Come back off again. And what you're gonna do, when you're pulling back this, try not to put too much pressure on it, because there's a flexibility in it. So just barely pull it away, and then we're going back another 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's do it 4. Okay, put on back this. It's a bit hard to go on. Still fit it. Good. Now you're getting there. So what I'm gonna do here now, right? This is where this comes in. Take your time, take this off. Right, good. Same way. Take him off. Try not to rock the car too much. You can use a bigger tool if I can find it. Oh, it's out that side. Use an angle here. You rock him off. Now, always remember when you're dealing with this kind of brake system, check these clips. If they're worn out, you need to replace them. Like for example, this one on this side, see the spring? You need to put this back on, and then you look for the clip. Usually slide down somewhere here. This is it. You put back your clip here. You take this, hold him, give him a slight turn to slip him back in the groove. That's you. Now make sure the rubber around the brake piston is secure and not leaking. Also observe if there's any wetting around this area, so you know that this is leaking. Alright, so those are some of the tips that I'm giving you guys today about adjusting your brake system, and I will give you some more tips as it goes along. But in the coming weeks, I have to show you how to set up a one plate solar system that you can charge your phone on. I also come in with some music system, the YouTube music, which like nice music. All right, so you can look forward for that. I'll be coming under the name Chinabi. And I hope you have learned something today from what I'm explaining here, because my next move here will be this. I'll be pumping the back brake. I have just cracked it. Now you can use this on the front, but on the back it will be a little bit more difficult to do unless you use a extension arm on the socket that you can get it from this angle. Alright, so I am going to finish up this, and then I'll give you a few steps after I have complete this brake system. Alright, for those who haven't seen the adjustment system, this lever here is what control the gear, stop the gear from turning, right? So your brake is stationary. So what I'm going to do is adjust by one teeth, and like I said, when you're going out, you go up. When you're going in, you go the opposite way. Alright? Now, this is good to have this set, because this prevents the brake system from winding out. Now, also before you put on back your drum, make sure you wipe it clean from any dust, small stones, and clean down this so you can get your brake nice and easy. There's a next tip too. Your back bearing. This is your back wheel bearing. Feel it. If it's rocking, turn it a little. See that it's nice and smooth. All of these you're doing to just brake, right? So put this on, but before you do, double check so that this is clicking properly. I have to make sure this is seated, right? And then put this on. If it's too much adjustment, you still put on like this. Then that's good enough. All right. The next stage of this now is bleeding. And remember, this is a in air. This is a 1998 model accent. All right, and this is how these cars are. They're fairly old, but they're still going. All right. So, just remember, subscribe and like, because the next one coming in will be the solar panel system. I'll be dealing with water system, tank water system, from dealing with the rain and so more, and I'll have a lot more coming up. All right, come in. All right, now this is the final wheel that I'm gonna bleed brake, and I must emphasize this. When you bleed in your brake, you always start to bleed your brake from exactly under your cylinder and work your way, right? Now, what happened is this. This is your wheel bearings. A lot of people may not know this, but wheel bearings can last for as long as the car drives, but it depends on how you tighten this. A wheel bearing must not be so tight that your hand can't turn it. It must be free yet firm. So whenever your wheel bearing is being adjusted, always bear that in mind. When you're tightening your wheel bearing, it must still be free and flexible, but no play, and you will get your wheel bearing last for a very long time. Now, when you're doing your brake jump, always remember to clean out the inside before putting it on back. Check for leaks and everything around this. And just to recap, remember what I say about this, and how to adjust your brake out by going this way, and then adjust your brake in by going that way, by putting the tip of the flat screwdriver under gear right there, and then you turn. And then if you're going out with the brake, you go at the bottom and go up, right? You go up there, push down on your hands on the hand side. Well, I hope you have learned something today, and understand about the wheel bearing, also most importantly about jacking up your vehicle. Now, for example, this car is on a slight slope, so what I do, I just barely jack it on the other side, so the jack would prevent a kind of create a kind of stuck, and then I jack it up on this side. Now, because of gravity and weight, if I jack this car up more, it will unbalance the gravity and it can make the car slide. So you have to understand weight and gravity when it comes to a surface that is not dead surface. All right, so everything is about safety, and I hope you enjoy this video, and like I said, this is the final wheel now that I'm going to clean. All right. So we start with the wheel underneath the brake cylinder, then the wheel across from the brake cylinder, then the wheel in line at the back with the master cylinder, and then the last wheel is the wheel at the back. It's the last wheel. Keep safe. Thanks for watching my channel. This is Kirk, and my YouTube music channel coming up will be known as China D. Remember to like and subscribe. One love. Just remember this. While pumping your brake, always maintain filling up the reservoir, right? And the brake is now complete. And over here, what we were talking about, power steering pump earlier, I'm going to tell you what I did. What I did, I put in a brand new hose. I put on an additional clamp at the front and a clamp at the back for extra support. I put a clamp at the back here and a clamp at the front for additional support. So this is good to go. Alright, and like I said, power steering fuel must always have a air pressure in between. You mustn't fill it right up to the top. So enjoy your day, and thanks for watching, and I hope I see you with my next video. One love from Kirk.